Hi, can you guess where I am today? We are here with our secret location, and I have a book for you that might sound a little bit like the book I read yesterday, but the title of this one is Bad Kitty's Christmas. So listen to kind of how the cadence and the sound of the words go. This is Bad Kitty by Nick Brell. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the city not a creature was stirring. Crash! Kabloom! Except for Bad Kitty. This is a Bad Kitty Christmas. How did she get here? You may ask yourself. It's a very long story. I'll tell it myself. First thing this morning, I awoke to a clatter. I ran down the stairs and asked, "What's the matter?" That's when I found Kitty in the midst of her caper. She'd torn through the gifts and was covered in paper. The angel was ambushed. The books were all bumped. The cards were all crushed. The drums were all dumped. The eggnog was ended. The fruitcake was flung. The gifts were all gutted. The holly unhung. The icicles injured. The jingle bells jumped. Kris Kringle was kicked. The lights were all lumped. The manger was mauled. The nutcracker nailed. The ornaments ousted. The poinsettia paled. The quiet was quashed, the ribbons ripped up. The star was sent swirling, the tree was tripped up. The unicorn uglied, the vixen was vexed. The wreath looked just wretched, the xylophone X'd. Our Yuletide looked yucky. My zeal had been zapped. When I found Kitty in the shreds, she was where she napped. Oh, Bad Kitty, I'm filled with distress. You've ruined our Christmas. Just look at this mess. Of all of these presents, these were for you. Why did you do it? And Kitty said, mew. Though there were presents and bundles and boxes galore, Kitty was angry. She wanted more. She wanted an ape and a bear and a cornament dish, a duck and an eagle baked with a fish, a gecko, a horse, an ispis, a jackal, a kiwi, a lion, and a soup with a mackerel, a narwhal, an owl, a penguin on rye, a quetzal, a rabbit, a seahorse in pie, a toad, an urchin, a vole, and a whale, extras, a yak fried with zebra tail. That does it. I've had it. Just look at this place. I don't care if you're mad, Kitty. You're a disgrace. I've never known someone so selfish and greedy. 'Tis the season, you know, to give to the needy. I'd better start cleaning, and what will you do? Do you feel like helping? And Kitty said, mew. She was still miffed when we packed up to go on an afternoon trip in the Christmas Eve show. As we left for the city to see Uncle Murray, the window was open and she left in a hurry. Oh, Kitty, dear Kitty, don't go, you must stay, we shouted and cried as she ran away. But still she abandoned us right there and then, and we thought that we would never see Kitty again. There she goes. The dog is looking for her. If you can see, it says, "Oh no, come back, puppy, come back." 'Twas the night before Christmas, and out in the street I saw a little black cat with little wet feet. She sat in an alley, a path dark and scary. She didn't look jolly, she didn't look merry. She looked so alone, and she sat there and pondered, as if she was lost, unsure where she had wandered. And then she began to meow, and to cry, and to bellow, until I said, "Hello. What do we have here, a little black cat? Don't you have a home? Let's look into that." So she was found by a very nice lady. There, little cat. It'll be all right. You shouldn't be out in this cold, wintry night. I'll take you upstairs to dry off your fur. Would you like some food? And this kitty said, purr. Now my home's a bit empty. Why, it's practically bare. But I still have a little, and I'm happy to share. I grabbed a clean towel to dry off her back and set down a plate with a small, tasty snack. You can see at the bottom, Puppy's still looking for her. Do you like this old tree, the one on the shelf? Do you know that I adorned it all by myself? You won't see any tinsel, not even one light. It only has photos. They're all black and white. Come sit with me, Cat, and I will show you all the folks in my life and the people I knew. Here's my Aunt Agnes with brother Bobby, with dear cousin Clancy and his daughter Dottie. That's Edgar the elder with my father Frank, next to grandmother Gail and my husband Hank. These are my in-laws, Ike and Iana, with their two juveniles, John and Johanna. They each have a kid, Kendra and Ken, and the lineage goes on with Laundra and Len. And here's my mother Marge with her lovely niece Nan, with her offspring Oscar and her partner Pam. That's Quinn in the quilt, a family heirloom. He's related to Robert, who hails from Keltoon. That's my sister Sophie and her twins Tina and Todd, with dear Uncle Upton, who has a nose that's quite odd. That's Vasha, my vend or friend in Afghanese. She's Walter's wife, and he is my son. This last one's my favorite. It's the whole silly gang at a Christmas reunion where we all laughed and sang. We went to New York near the end of December. I wrote on the picture so I would always remember. On here it says Christmas, 1962. We're spending our Yule at the Central Park Zoo. This cat looked entranced while I patted her fur, and she stared at each picture before her. You should know, Cat, that I'm quite content with only this tree that looks slightly bent. I may not have jewels or a car or a yacht, but I still have my memories, and that's quite a lot. Little cat, this is what Christmas should be. It's not about stuff and a big spending spree. It's not about presents all over the place. It's not about food or stuffing your face. Like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Eid, you see, Christmas is all about family. Home is where the heart is, that's what they say. So I bet your poor heart feels miles away. Don't fret, little cat, wipe off that tear. If we can't find your home, then you could stay here. But I could tell she was homesick. She wanted more. And that's when we heard a scratch at the door. There's someone to see you, you lucky black cat. I think that he knows where your home is at. Like a furry black flash, she flew out the door. She was moving so fast her feet didn't touch the floor. So I guess she'll be leaving, I said with a sigh. So I'm glad that I met you. Tell your folks I said hi. So I sat in my chair and put my tree in my lap and settled myself for a long winter nap. I was happy to know she had a home of her own. Too bad I'd be spending Christmas alone. But just as I started to slumber and snore, again I heard scratching at my front door. This cat had come back, like she had something to do. What do you want? And Kitty said, Mew too. 'Twas the night before Christmas. We were filled with regrets. We sat in our seats, missing our pets. The house seemed so empty without them around. I wished and I'd hoped that they were both safe and sound. Then onto the door there arose such a knock, I sprang from my chair from the sudden shock. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but Kitty and Puppy, and a lady most dear. They're home, Christmas is saved. Welcome home, Kitty. I hope you behave. And thank you, dear lady, for bringing them back. I hope that you'll stay for a late Christmas snack. And she did, don't you know? In fact, she moved in. Some friends are like family, and she became kin. Up there is her photo. It's high on the tree, wrapped snug in the branches for all to see. So Kitty is home now, and I think that she'll stay. She's gone off to bed to end this long day. This story is over, now that everything's right. Merry Christmas to all. And to all, a good night. like Puppy gave a great big wet sloppy kiss to Kitty. We wish everyone a pleasant day, and I hope that you let your teacher know where you think I am. Your hint is this is a place Mr. Door is at, and there's a piano right here. So let your teachers know where you think I'm at today. See you tomorrow.